Hello and welcome to lecture number 12 on our series on differential equations. So in today's session, we'll start with a new topic by the name homogeneous differential equations. Before diving into the topic of homogeneous differential equation, let's try to understand what homogeneous functions are. Suppose we have a function of two variables x and y. This function is said to be a homogeneous function of degree n if we have the function of lambda times x and lambda times y, if this is equals to lambda raised to the power of n times f of x comma y, then in that case our function f of xy will become a homogeneous function. Let's consider an example. Let's say our function f of x comma y, that's given by x cubed plus y cubed minus 3 times x squared y. So this is a homogeneous function. And how do we check that out? So we are going to replace x with lambda times x and y with lambda times y. So we have lambda x whole cubed plus lambda y whole cubed minus 3 times lambda x whole squared times lambda times y. So let's expand each of the terms. So we have lambda cubed times x cubed plus lambda squared lambda cubed times y cubed minus 3 times lambda squared times x squared times lambda times y. Now each of the three terms we have lambda cubed as the common factor. So that will be multiplied to x cubed plus y cubed minus 3. So you have x squared times y. And this is our original function. So this is lambda cubed times f of x comma y. So here we see that our function f of x comma y is a homogeneous function of degree 3. So a homogeneous function f of x comma y, this can be written in two forms. It can be written either as x raised to the power of n times f of y over x, or y raised to the power of n times f of x over y. Then in that case, we say that the function is homogeneous. Now coming to our differential equation. So if we have a differential equation, a first order differential equation, if this can be expressed in the form f of x comma y divided by g of x comma y, and if both f and g are homogeneous of the same degree, then it's going to be a homogeneous differential equation. Then we say that such a differential equation is a homogeneous differential equation. Now the next step would be to solve this particular differential equation. For that, all we have to do is make a substitution, y equals to v times x. Let's try to do that. So the homogeneous function can be also expressed as x raised to the power of n times f of y over x divided by x raised to the power of n times g, a function of y over x. So the common terms gets cancelled out and we have a function f of y over x and a function g of y over x. So let's represent f over g as f y over x. So this is dy over dx, and we have f equals to f over g. Right. Next, what we need to do, we will substitute y with vx, and if we differentiate both sides, so that will give us dy over dx. So since this is a product of two functions, so we have v plus x dv over dx. We'll substitute this in place of dy over dx, so that will be v plus x dv over dx equals to f, so y over x, so that will become a function of v. So we have x times dv over dx equals to f of v minus v, or simply separating the differentials, we have dv over f of v minus v equals to dx over x. So this is in the separable form, so that means we can integrate both sides plus the constant of integration c. So this is how we solve a homogeneous differential equation. So let's try to understand this topic with the help of few problems. So we have the following differential equation. So let's try to rewrite this, the given differential equations, in the form dy over dx. So we have x squared dy. So we'll take the second term to the right hand side. So that will be negative y times x plus y dx. So we have dy over dx. That will be equals to negative y times x plus y whole divided by x squared. Now both of them are homogeneous functions. If we look at the numerator, let's rewrite the numerator. So we have negative xy minus y squared divided by x squared. Both of them are homogeneous function of degree 2. We can check that out if we consider this as f of x comma y and this is g of x comma y. Now when we substitute x with lambda x and y with lambda times y, we'll see that this will give us, same goes for g of x comma y. Now what we have to do, we will make the substitution y equals to v times x. And when I differentiate both sides, that is simply dy over dx equals to v plus x dv over dx. So we can rewrite this differential equation as v plus x times dv over dx. So that's equals to negative. So in place of y, we have v times x plus y. So y will be v times x whole divided by x squared. So let's keep it as x squared only. So in the numerator, so we can take x as the common factor. So we have negative v x squared multiplied to 1 plus v whole divided by x squared. And on the left hand side, we have v plus x dv over dx. Here we will see that the x squared factor will get factored out. So our differential equation will be now v plus x dv over dx. So this is equals to, we have negative v multiplied to 1 plus v. So let's multiply it. Negative v minus v squared or x dv over dx. That's equals to, so we'll take the v from the left hand side to the right hand side. So we have negative 2v minus v squared. Now we can separate the differentials. And this will give us dv over 2v plus v squared equals to negative dx over x. So this is in the separable form. So that means we can integrate both sides plus the constant of integration c. Now, integration of dx over x, that's pretty simple and straightforward. So that's natural log of x plus c. Now, in order to integrate integration of dv over 2v plus v squared, we will have to use the method of partial fractions. So let's do that. So our function is 1 over v squared plus 2v. So v squared plus 2v, that simply equals to 1 over v a over v plus b over v plus 2. Multiplying throughout with v squared plus 2v, that's going to give us 1 times v plus 2 times a plus v times b. In order to find out a, we'll let v equals to 0. So that is going to give us a equals to half. And to find out the value of b, we will let v equals to negative 2 such that b will be negative half. So that means integration of dv over v squared plus 2v. So that will become half over v dv plus negative half over v plus 2 dv. So integration of half dv over v, so that will be half natural log of v minus half natural log of v plus 2. Now since we have obtained all the results in terms of logarithm, so we'll convert this c to natural log of c instead of c. Let's call this c prime, where c prime equals to natural log of c. Now we can easily combine this using the property of logarithm. So that will be natural log of v over v plus 2 whole raised to the power of half, which is equals to natural log of c over x. Now we can get rid of the logarithm from both sides. So we have v over v plus 2, that's the square root, equals to c over x. All we have to do is finally replace the value of v with, so we assume y equals to vx, so v will be y over x. So we have y over x divided by y over x plus 2 equals to c over x. So this will give us y divided by y plus 2x, and this is c over x. We are also provided with the initial conditions that y of 1 equals to 1. This means that when x approaches 1, y is going to approach the value 1. So we'll substitute this value here. This will help us determine the value of the constant of integration c. So we have square root of 1 divided by 1 plus 2 equals to c over 1. So that's 1 over 3. So this is c. So c is 1 over square root of 3. So let's substitute this value here. So we have, so this will be 1 over x times square root of 3. What we can do, we can square both sides to get rid of the square root. So our final answer will be y over y plus 2x equals to 1 over 3x squared. Or we can write it as 3x squared y equals to y plus 2x, which is going to be the required solution. Let's do another problem. So here we have the following differential equations with this initial condition. So let us begin. So we have x plus y times dy. Let's take the second term to the right hand side. So that will be negative times x minus y dx. Or we have dy over dx equals to, so let's multiply negative with x minus y, so that will become y minus x divided by, so we have x plus y, which can be also written as y plus x. Now this is a homogeneous differential equation because both the numerator and the denominator on the right hand side are homogeneous function. So we are going to make the substitution y equals to v of x and differentiate both sides to get dy over dx. That's v plus x dv over dx. And I'll rewrite the differential equations. This will give us v plus x times dv over dx equals to, so we have y minus x, so that will be vx minus x divided by vx plus x. So we have x times dv over dx. So we'll take the v to the right hand side. So what's negative v plus, so here we can take x as the common factor, and from both x as the common factor in both the numerator and the denominator, and reduce it to v minus 1 divided by v plus 1. Let's combine these two terms on the right hand side. We have x dv over dx, that's divided by v plus 1. So we have negative v times v plus 1. So that's negative v squared, negative v plus positive v minus 1. Negative v, positive v cancels out. X dv over dx, that's equals to negative v squared minus 1 divided by v plus 1. Now this can be converted to a separable form. So we will get dv over v plus v squared plus 1, and in the numerator we have v plus 1, and that's equals to negative dx over x. So we can integrate both sides plus some constant of integration c. Now this can be written as v over v squared plus 1 dv plus integration dv over v squared plus 1 equals to negative dx over x plus the constant of integration c. To integrate the first term, so we're going to multiply with 2 and divide by 2. And we use the method of substitution. So if we substitute v squared plus 1 equals to t, this is going to easily help solve this integral, and that was going to give us half natural log of v squared plus 1 plus, this is a straightforward formula. Let me note it down. Integration of du over u squared plus a squared, so that's 1 over a times the arctangent of u over a plus c. In our case, u is equals to v and a, the constant, is 1, so that means this will reduce to the arctangent of v equals to negative. This is simple. The logarithmic function integration of dx over x plus the constant of integration c. Next, what we do is substitute the value of v with y and x. We considered y equals to v of v times x. So we have half natural log of y squared over x squared plus 1 plus tangent inverse of y over x equals to natural log of x plus c. I have to take the absolute value. So this is half natural log of y squared plus x squared divided by x squared plus tangent inverse of y over x equals to natural log of x plus c. This we can further simplify by using the properties of logarithm. So we have half natural log of y squared plus x squared minus half natural log of x squared plus tangent inverse of y over x equals to natural log of x plus c. This term, this is, let's write it down, negative log of x squared whole raised to the power of half. So we'll see that natural log of x gets cancelled out from both sides, and our final equation, final general solution will be half x squared log of x squared y squared plus tangent inverse of y over x equals to c. The next thing that we need to do is determine the value of c. Here we have been provided with the initial conditions. Y of 1 equals to 1. So that means when x goes to 1, the y value also goes to 1. Let's substitute these values here. So we have half time natural log of 1 squared plus 1 squared, so that's 2, plus tangent inverse of y over x, so that's 1. So this will be equals to c. So that means c will be equals to half log of 2 plus the inverse tangent of y, so that's simply pi over 4. So our solution will be, so we'll rewrite this, half natural log of x squared plus y squared plus arctangent of y over x equals to c. So c will be half log of 2 plus pi over 4. All we can do is multiply throughout with 2. So this will become now natural log of x squared plus y squared plus 2 times the inverse tangent of y over x equals to log of 2 plus pi over 2. So this is the required solution to the given homogeneous differential equation. Thank you.